The first thing that you're invited to do is to pick up a cross.
I didn't know what to expect, and it was much more powerful than I expected.
The first station says that Jesus is condemned. They're asked to write the things that are obstacles or barriers between themselves and Christ.
This second station, Jesus takes his cross. People are invited to take of wood from an old tree to remember.
I think we get so bogged down in our everyday lives that we truly forget the depth of the meaning of Easter and what all Christ went through that week.
Jesus stumbles on his path. There are many ways in which we're going to stumble in our faith journey. Sometimes we're actually chained. They would pick up a piece of paper that represents what is chaining them, and they would add it to the chain.
This station is Jesus meets his mother, and we are invited to take a prayer shawl, wrap the prayer shawl around you, and to stay here and sit in prayer for a while.
In Station 5, Jesus has stumbled along his path. The cross is becoming very heavy, and he can no longer carry it alone. It's a place to lay a burden down or perhaps pick one up.
I think about the strength that it must have taken to have gone through such an ordeal, and how loved I am just for someone to have done that for me.
This station represents when Jesus falls. We are invited at this station to remember that the light of Christ is with us always, even when we fall.
It's a place where we can remember God's great act of forgiveness.
No matter what burden I'm carrying, it's not as big as what he did for me, and that nothing I've done can't be forgiven.
You're invited to write your sin in the sand with your fingers, and then you take the rake representing God's forgiveness.
We're invited to touch the baptismal waters and remember our baptism and what it is we are baptized into.
At this point in the journey, Jesus is crucified. We have a bowl full of nails, and we have a crown of thorns.
This is the station where Jesus dies, and we are invited to come here and rest and to kneel and to pray.
Well, it made me remember what Jesus did for us, and he died on the cross for us.
Station 11 represents Jesus being taken down from the cross. The act of faith here that people are asked to be involved in is to write the name of a person on this ribbon.
Station 12 is Jesus is buried, and this is the most solemn station of all. We have to look for and be the light of Christ. And we're invited to light a candle to recognize where we know that the light of Christ needs to shine in the world.
To have a place where you can come and just be still and be in the presence of God is really important, and I see people experience that here.